Hey guys, how you doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. Just a little bit of a different video. I've got some eTORO beef. Some eTORO beef. We got this guy over here on eTORO. I've spoke to you guys about my eTORO, how I trade on eTORO. I've not really been trading it properly. But all you guys know that I have a strategy how I trade, and it works, but I just don't really use this very much. So what I'm gonna show you is we've got this guy who basically has a very basic averaging offside technique, where he has I can't even find him, wake him up. He's one of the most copied guys on eToro, and if we have a look at his stats here, this was down a lot more than this yesterday, but we can see he doesn't really make much returns at all. And that's fair enough if you're not taking much risk, but on a number of occasions, including yesterday, the guy takes on absolutely massive risk, keeps adding and adding and adding and adding and adding to positions that are offside, hoping they'll come back. So if we kind of look at his portfolio, his history here, we can see all these buy USD JPY trades he had on. He kept on buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, like literally a lot of them, to what was basically, if we show more, buying and buying and buying and buying. Yeah, so he was well offside because the trade was going massively against him, even more than it was offside now. And if you just look, I mean, just to lose that in a month when you've never made that in the past over, well, however many, let's see. Yeah, so in the whole time of his trading, half of six is 3. Has he made? So in 1 month, one individual month of all his trading ever, he's managed to make just half of what that loss is there. So anyone that's looking at this can see that he's taking a lot more risk to make these tiny returns. So that's basically like an awful sharp ratio, which I don't think he really understands what that is. So anyway, so I've been explaining this to people. Look, he's just left me a comment now. See what he's got to say for himself. I've basically been explaining to people that, and people brought this to my attention about how he was doing it. But anyway, so yeah, basically people are saying, when he was in this really bad position, there's a lot of people commenting saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous. He's done this before." If we scroll up a bit, it's apparently something called a Martingale strategy, which is what he does, which is basically called averaging offside. So let's have a look at this. I've never actually heard of this before, but I guess it's a fancy name that idiots call something so you don't really know what it is. Does Martingale strategy work? The Martingale strategy is rather risky, and all it does is actually increase your chances to win in the short term. Essentially, you're betting big to win small, and you will likely win more spins than usual, but the amount of wins will be small, whilst the amounts you have to lose, the amounts you can potentially lose, are much bigger. Which is basically what I'm pointing out here. So anyway, so I'm telling him about this. I'm telling him, look, birdie bird, people don't agree, they're just losing the money. Just implying your style is low risk would imply low drawdown and zero chance of imploding the entire bankroll, but this was shown not to be the case yesterday. These are other people, these aren't just me pointing this out. There's quite a few people here that obviously understand what is going on. Yeah, so I don't think people understand the thing about risk control. If you're taking very small profits and put on a massive position, a third of your capital, in a position USD yen, then obviously you're going to take on a massive risk. So yeah, and then some people started learning into my track record on here, but you guys know that I don't really trade on here. I don't do videos. I mean, I've got a few £1,000 in the account on here that I don't really use, but I have started to try and use it more, just because I just thought I might as well change this track record. And then I get people saying I'm trying to spam or whatever, and I can't trade and stuff. So I had to post some of our bot trades that you guys didn't know that we're doing, like our bot accounts that we've been doing, all the trades that we've been doing, all the auto bots, and how that's all going, and everything's timestamped there. Can you see that? That's how I do my trading. But anyway, so the guy decides to pipe up. The guy himself. Please stop using my feed to post your scam and critics. And then he's basically tagging in the eToro service to try and obviously beg them to remove my comments because they are highlighting what a fraud he is. Please remove this unfair scam ads. I advise everybody not to go with this. Critic is easy and dreamed auto profit are all false. So I think what he means to say, because obviously he's not English, I think he might be French. He's trying to say our auto bots that we use are false and dream profit apparently, but he's just averaging offside Martingale strategy that eventually will blow up. It's similar to what long-term capital management did. It's just going to blow up. So I put your strategy of averaging offside is unfair. It's unfair to call it a real trading strategy. I'm a real trader, you are not. You can't manage risk, you only add to your risk. You will blow up soon in these markets. I'm using your feed to warn people. And then here he's begging eToro service to remove them. Please came when you have a decent track record, unless I stop for now. Then he's begging eToro again. I have a better track record than him, even on here, in the amount of time I've been on here. Even though my track record is awful and I haven't even been trading it, it's still better than his. Including obviously including the big loss that he's just had. Stop begging eToro to cover up the fact you've been exposed by multiple people on here. P.S. I'm up more than you since I've been on here. Sure, good luck in your trading. Your messages will be deleted anyway tomorrow. So he's just glad he's getting covered up and people can't see. And I'm like, maybe you should take some responsibility for the people that copy you and learn some risk management. You are a tiny version of long-term capital management, and what will happen to them will happen to you if you carry on trading this way, in inverted commas. I will never change my strategy, but thanks, Olivier. Yeah, of course you won't, because that's all you can do. And fair enough, you're scamming people, you're getting all your whatever commission fees from eToro. You're not going to change it because you can't change it because you're an idiot. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys the eToro beef. So yeah, I think I told you guys that I don't really trade much on here, and I've started doing a bit more. But if you look at my stats, bearing in mind my stats were hit because I had a part of my portion, quite a large portion of my account copying this guy, which is obviously why this all came to light. And I looked into his trades, because to keep your risk score down, you are meant to follow people of a low risk to keep this risk score down. So yeah, so basically that did mess me up. But anyway, so if we look at here, I was up basically 19 since August, up 19 take 14, bearing in mind this is some of his loss, and I'm up more than this now on when this day will close. That is basically 5%, including the loss that he made. So if we then go to look at his stats since August last year, August here, so he's up 2%, let's say. So if we add this up, it's going to be quite easy to add up. So 2.12, that makes 2.92 plus that equals 2.25 plus this equals 2.62 plus this is 2.85, 3.87, and basically just over 3%, right? Then minus 6%, so that means he's down about 3%, and I'm up 4%. So there is your answer, and I'm not even trying to really trade on here. So yes, I am up more than you, so my track record is better than you. But anyway, so there we go, eToro beef. I don't know how interesting that is to anybody, but yeah, the guy's an idiot. The guy's got 5 million of other people's money trading, copying him basically. That is literally at risk of just disappearing. Yeah, so there you go. So there's a little video for you guys. See if that's interesting to any of you guys at all. I don't think it probably is, but I thought I'd get it out there whilst I can document these comments before they get deleted. But yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening guys, and I will do a Bitcoin video soon where we're going to go over our gains from our bot. Yeah, we had a DMT trade that I scratched, a Dominator trade in the smaller size, but was a good trade. So currently running at about 8%, and this is pretty much exactly the full month now. So that is our full month's return. So that's fantastic. So right, I'll speak to you guys soon.